Hello there, we're going to play Shadows of Brimstone, and before we start the next mission, I just want to thank Mortagon for sending me this care package. Look, we've got magma fiends, and I've painted them up already. We've got some trait cards for various monsters, monster stat cards. And we've got the magma fiend models. I don't have these models, but might have proxies. Like for these slashers, I have these D&D miniatures, fiendish giant praying mantises that might do the job. I've also got whatever the hell this thing is that I could use as a harbinger. Blub, 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 blub. Okay, no Sadie today. She's currently in a wooden box, but we have Ruby Delaney joining Randall. I'm going to roll a d8 to see which mission pack we're going to use. So 102 will be basic missions, 3 and a 4 will be City of the Ancients, 5 or 6 will go for Caverns of Cinder, 7 or 8 the Crimson Hand mission pack. Here we go, I've got a d8 and it's going to be a Crimson Hand mission. Alright, there's 4 missions. I will veto Race for the Relics since we already did that one recently, and I'm a little trepidatious here since Liver Eating Johnson expired during this captured mission, so hopefully we won't roll a 3 or a 4. Here we go. We've been captured. Captured by the Crimson Hand, you awake to find yourselves bound and gagged, watched over by cult guards. At the far end of the room, large wooden doors begin to shake and burst as some terrible creatures threaten to break through. So here we are. We've woken up in a chamber of corrosive pools. There's the 2 guards. And, well, for Randall, we've put this little blue bead on to show that he is a true cultist and not one of these heretics. And here's the door being broken down. All of our equipment has been taken away, so we'll flick these over, apart from the personal items. Now, for the depth track, you'll have to forgive me, I've kind of put it sideways here to make more room on the table. The hero posse marker starts on number 6, and we're supposed to be working our way this way towards the mine entrance. We are already deep in the mine. Right, here is a special threat deck for summoned creatures. We have an enemy theme, which is of course a Crimson Hand adventure. And then other little rules, there's a fixed hold back the darkness roll of 8 or better, there's no gates, we can't flee, Grey and Dread cards are played immediately. When we reach a blood splatter on the depth track or Growing Dread space, in addition to the normal space, there's an ambush attack from the Summoned Creatures deck. What do we need to do? We need to find the first clue, which will be the armory where our equipment is, and then further clues are shortcuts that will help us escape by moving up the depth track. So, as I mentioned, this is where my previous hero, Liver Eating Johnson, was killed. The room just got flooded with summoned monsters. I could not even get out of the starting chamber. What have we got going in our favour this time? Well, first of all, we've got 2 heroes, which will hopefully help. And we also have 2 revive tokens, thanks to our antics in the Plague Town. On the downside, Ruby only has 10 health and is starting with 3 wounds, thanks to her work treating plague victims. The first thing to do is to try and escape our bonds. We are all tied up. So let's start. Ruby, please hold up the old lantern, or as much as you can. Double 3, what an interesting start. As there's only 2 heroes, we roll a d6, and the summoned monsters only appear on a roll of a 1, 2 or 3. So let's see if we get lucky. We're alright for now. Creeping darkness. The darkness is always searching for a way out. Move the darkness 2 steps forward on the depth track. Possibly the worst way to start this particular mission, as that will score us a blood splatter and the possible appearance of summoned creatures. There are only 2 heroes, so we only get ambushed by a summoned creature on the roll of a 1, 2 or 3. So, okay for now. We need to draw a darkness card as well. Demonic Force, all demon enemies, and our +1 combat. Alright, let's activate Ruby. She needs to wriggle free of these bombs. She'll make a cunning test. Her cunning is 4. We need to score a 6 on one of these. Nope, not this time. Is it worth spending a grit straight away? Yeah, I think so. So let's take that. Try again. She's out! Oh, breaking free from being tied up actually begins at the start of the turn. She can now activate. 2 for movement. That's that's not going to get her close to the guards. I should have thought maybe a little bit more about where I placed them in the starting room. We'll move her there. Okay, let's see if Randall can escape. He will also use cunning. And he breaks free. Very good. You can now activate. 2 for movement. Alright. Oh, that gets him into melee range, so he's going to get stuck in there. He is not the best at hand-to-hand combat, but it's all we have, so 1 critical hit. Right, we'll punch this fellow, scoring 3 damage. It was a critical hit, so we ignore defense. He only has 3 health, doesn't benefit from the Sacred Artifact ability, so we have knocked this guard out. Very good. And there's 30 XP for you, although, hang on, these guards should still have an elite ability, I think. Yes, the posse level is 3, so these guards have poison weapons. Any hero that takes 1 or more wounds from Crimson Hand combat hits during this turn also gain a poison marker. Why is during the turn underlined? How would a Crimson Hand cultist hit me outside of a turn? That's weird. Anyway, right, the Crimson Hand Guard activates. Who's he going to target? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be Ruby. Halt! He'll begin his assault. We'll probably move around here. First of all, fire with the Cult Rifle, which is 1 shot, which fortunately misses. And then a couple of punches and kicks, hitting on 5s. Uh-oh. Alright, well this is how we see how good Ruby is at dodging. So she has a defense of 3 or better, which is great. She's failed 1, but with her acrobatic dodge ability, she can reroll that. Still took a hit. Right, so that would be 3 wounds and a poison marker from the elite ability. Oh, speaking of which, I do need to give Randall another 5 XP. That's fine, I'll do that. Right, so I've not dealt with poison before. Let's see what it does. At the start of a hero's activation, roll a d6 for each poison marker they currently have on them. On a roll of a 1 or a 2, the hero takes 1 wound, ignoring defense. On a roll of a 6, discard that marker, as its poison effect is worn off. Okay, let's put that somewhere over here to remind me. And with that, it's the end of the turn. We do have Ruby's comforting presence, so she is adjacent to Randall, so we'll help him with his sanity problem here, and she will get 5 XP for that. Alright, next round, let's hold back the darkness. That will do just fine. Right, let's activate Ruby first, because I want to deal with this poison. So what do? Roll a d6. And nothing happens. Okay. Ruby's movement is 4. That's fine, she's going to stay there. And then punches and kicks on the guard. And we've got 1 hit. Go on, punch him in the gut. 6, -2 for defense. That's enough to knock him out. Oh! Alright, very good. So already we're doing better than John Johnson did. Let's catch a breath. So, Randall, you can't not get rid of that last sanity damage. And Ruby, you only remove 1 wound. I'm going to pass on drawing loot. It doesn't make sense to me that the 2 guards would be carrying loot with them. So, we will just go ahead and start the next turn. 7. Need an 8. Oops. Darkness is up to 3. Okay, Randall, take us into the next room. Let's see what's here. Hopefully, the armory. The mining lift. Alright, Ruby, come along. Oh, let's deal with your poison first. So that means you take a wound. I don't feel so good. And then movement. Let's just bring you alongside Randall. And we'll see what's here. Oh! Yay! It's the armory. How about that? The gate is not a gate. There's no gates. It's just a regular door and an encounter. We have got stirring in the sand. I'm also going to roll a d6 on a 4, 5, or 6. We'll also have the broken lift encounter. Nope, so just this stirring in the sand to do. Seeing movement out of the corner of your eye, you swear that the loose sandy floor across the room has just shifted, as though something were underneath. So one random hero needs to make a cunning test. Who is it going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be Ruby. Fortunately, she is fairly cunning. 4 dice. We need to score a 5. There it is. So Ruby gains 20 experience points, and the sandy floor falls away to reveal another pathway leading down, deeper into the cavern. Randomly select one of the exits in the room that has an end cap. That'll be that one. Replace that end cap with a mid-hall passage map tile. This moves the hero posse marker 3 spaces forward on the depth track. That's actually bad, because we're trying to move it outwards, and the shifting sand has moved us deeper in. That's fantastic. On the plus side, we found all our gear. So Ruby picks up her flaming sword, or does she? We need to roll d6 for every artifact. And on a roll of a 1, the Crimson Hand has stolen the artifact for their own nefarious deeds. We discard the card. Alright, so over with Randall, we've got the Inquisitor's helmet, his prized possession. It's gone. And speaking of which, the Inquisitor's helmet is what was giving him an improved corruption resistance. So at the very start of this mission, he would have mutated. Let's do that now. Alright, here we go. Black die is 10s. 26, that will be Void Infection. Here we go. Gain 1 corruption point when you go through a gate, so that's not going to affect us in this mission. And we say goodbye to all this lovely corruption, which means his cult rifle is just a bog standard repeating rifle at the moment. Right, these cursed void crystals, I don't mind cultists if you want to take that off me. I'm not bothered about that. No, we'll keep those then. The statue of the Shadow King, super useful for the Caverns of Cinder. We're keeping that. The Book of the Occult and the Amulet of Kotak, both quite useful items. We're keeping those. Alright. And Ruby. We want to keep this Fireblade, don't we? We've got it. Okay, very good. And we're back to normal. Right, I want to put some tokens on this Badlands Adventure gear. There we go. Tonic, whiskey, bandages, and we get our side bags back. So she's got a bottle of whiskey. And Randall, what did you have? Dynamite and whiskey. Right, we need to address Randall's sacred artifact ability now that he's lost the Inquisitor's helmet. His next most prized possession is the statue of the Shadow King, so he's going to have a +4 to his health for a total of 19. Okay, shall we proceed? Yeah, Ruby, please hold up the old lantern. A 7, that's not good enough, not in this mission. However, we did roll a 1, so with Randall's She-High's call, he gains a grit. We are on to our next blood splatter, so let's see if any summoned creatures ambush us. Nope, it's still safe for now, but we do need to draw a darkness card. The edge of forever. The portals seem to lead to 1,000 different worlds across the vastness of time and space. All unexplored doorways immediately become gates. Hang on. All gates count as normal doors, so I guess this darkness card does nothing. That's fine with me. We'll let you go first, Randall. 3. 4 with Rune of the Traveller. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think we can go diagonally there. Not quite making it to the doorway. Do you want to scavenge instead? Yeah. Nothing. Okay, Ruby, you can activate. First of all, your poison. You take a wound. Movement 3. 1, 2, 3. I think we'll have Ruby use the bandages from her Badlands Adventure gear, so we'll take those. And she recovers 5 wounds. Actually, I think we'll have her drink the tonic as well, since she has 0 grit. Never be on 0 grit, I think is the key. So she'll glug that down. Your comforting presence is not required, Ruby, so we'll move straight on to the next round. Or back to darkness. 5. What's this going to be? Terrifying shriek! A shriek of pain and suffering echoes through the mine, chilling you to the bone. Each hero in the mines immediately takes D6 horror hits. Randall, 3 horror hits. He fails all 3, so that's 3 sanity damage. Not too concerned, he's very strong-minded. And Ruby takes 2 horror hits. It's not too bad, is it? You've heard plenty of shrieks before. You did fail 1 though, so that's 1 sanity damage. Alright, let's move Randall up to the doorway, and he'll have a peek through. Ooh, I've been forgetting that Ruby is fast. +1 move, that would have come in handy earlier. I know now. I will remember every single round and never forget it, ever. Right. Anyway, we have a campsite. Ruby activates, so her poison goes away. Hooray. Why am I trying to pick that up? That's on the card. There we go, she feels much better now. Just notice here that it says if the darkness marker ever reaches the same space or above the hero posse mark on the depth track, the mission is immediately failed. Now, going back to that Shifting Sands encounter, that maybe should be a case of not moving the hero posse marker at all. What do you think? Yeah, since that encounter wasn't written with this weird rule for this mission in mind, I'm going to put the posse marker back on 6. However, 2 more steps of the darkness and we're done for. Sorry about the interruption there, Ruby. You may now move. 2. Wait. 3. So let's put you alongside Randall there and see what's in the campsite. 1 exit, 1 encounter. Okay, it is a runaway. And we'll also check to see if it's also a bandit hideout. It isn't, just the runaway. Now, we've had the runaway encounter before, so we know that it involves a poor young girl who is hiding in the corner, begging not to join the Crimson Hand cult and wanting to go home. So let's choose someone to make a cunning test. I think Ruby's probably the one for this. 4 dice. She fails. I think we'll spend a grit and reroll. There we go, we managed to calm her down. So she will now follow us around. Boop, boop. But there's always this possibility she'll be a turncoat at the start of each fight. Before we proceed, let's just quickly do Ruby's comforting presence and give some comfort to Randall. And then let's start the next round. So we need to pass this. Hold back the darkness. Ooh, 6. So not only does Ruby keep back the darkness with the old lantern, we have some stubborn resolve, so we can heal D6 wounds and sanity each or recover 1 grit. I think we'll have Ruby try and heal. Very good, let's get rid of all this So she's now in a much better shape than when she entered this mission. And Randall, let's have him maxed out on free grit. Right, let's hurry on through this campsite. So Randall moves to the doorway and has a peek through. A short passage. And Ruby will catch up. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She can go on ahead. 7! Right, next round. Oh dear. Ruby, you did not hold back the darkness. It's catching up. I think... Shall we use the Book of the Occult? Prevent the darkness from moving on the death track. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that now. Go back. Randall, you make it to the doorway. You can have a peek through. This blue bead is not working out for me. Let's get rid of that. No Crimson Hand adventure is complete without a ritual chamber. Now, it's Ruby's turn. I'm just going to have a stand there without scavenging. I'm not going to risk getting a Grey Dread card or something horrible like that. So, end of the round. Let's see what's here. One exit. A clue. That is good. And 2 encounters. We have discovered a shortcut. So we roll the peril die and we can move the hero posse marker along 6 spaces. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our encounters are the Dark Below. Great. And Heavy Iron Gate. I would roll to see if we have the advanced encounter, but we already have it here. The darkness grows stronger here. You can feel it in the air. Savage Attack. During the next fight, all enemies are -1 defense but gain +2 combat or shots. Blah de blah. This is a stat adjustment I often forget, so let's see if I can remember this time. Now, this Heavy Iron Gate right here. On one end of the room, a large metal gate is inset into the wall with a heavy beam and chain barring the door from opening. Vicious-looking gouges and bite marks are scratched into the metal bars, and the floor behind the gate is shredded and stained with blood. In the shadows beyond, you hear a low voice whispering, "Help!" Right, let's pick someone to make a... Oh, we all need to do this one. According to that little symbol, we all need to make a strength test. Right, so between us, we need to get 2 passes. Getting a 6 on these tests. Now, both of us have a strength of 2, so it doesn't seem very likely, does it? But we'll give it a go. What's the penalty for failure? Let's see. Nothing, really, it seems. We'll see how we do then. Don't think I want to spend grit on it. Come on, Randall, use your noodle arms. Nope. So, unless Ruby rolls a double 6 here, I'll have to leave the gate alone. That's 1 6. Not enough, though. Not enough. You've got no grit anyway, so I'll have to leave that be. Sorry, whoever's in there. We can't get you out. We're moving on. Right, let's hurry on through here before I start feeling guilty. Ruby, hold up the lantern. That's a failure. It's okay, we found the shortcut, so that's not too bad. And Randall, you're maxed out on grit, so you don't get your she-high score. Randall, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, +1 for Runa the Traveller. Do you want to scavenge? Yeah, I think we can scavenge now. The pressure's off. Ooh, 2 6s. Perhaps something from this wonderful array of trinkets. No, nothing. And nothing. All just worthless baubles. Ruby. That would be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So neither of us quite got to the doorway. We've already scavenged the ritual chamber, so that's it. End of the turn. Alright, if we fail this old lantern test, it's going to be a Grey Dread card. Ruby has no grit to cancel it, so fingers crossed. Yeah, good job. Okay, you go first this time, Ruby. 2, you can peek through. The boiler room. We'll have Randall. Keep pace. That'll do. What's here? Amidst the pipes. Our choice of 3 exits. An encounter. The Curse of Coronado. And perhaps some steam clouds. Yes, steam clouds also. An echo of dark laughter rings in your mind. This chamber, that passage, it all looks familiar. Is it possible that some unseen force has been leading you in the wrong direction? Right, this is another effect that doesn't quite play nicely with this mission, does it? Move the hero posse marker D6 spaces backwards on the depth track. Well, since it's pretty much the opposite of the effect of the Shifting Sands encounter, and we ignore that, we'll ignore this as well, it cancelled each other out. That's fine. For the rest of this adventure, the heroes need to roll 1 higher than normal to hold back the darkness, so that's bad, isn't it? Oh, stick that there. The room is filled with thick, hot steam, pouring out of rusty, broken pipes running along the walls and floor. It's hard to see 3 feet in front of you, let alone who or what might be in the room with you. Any model on this map tile, or targeting a model on this map tile, ranged attacks only hit on rolls of 6 or better. 7? And these ranged attacks may not get critical hits. Also roll a d6. Okay, d6. On a roll of a 1 or a 2, yep, something is in the room with you. Attack! Draw a threat card. So, emerging from the steam, we have a harvester. Blurp. Our harvester has low energy, starts with 2 wound markers. Full load, each hero will gain an extra loot if defeated. And let's give him an elite ability, number 3, Visions of Death. Fear 3. Is our little runaway girl somehow working with the harvester on the roll of a 1? Nope. Okay. That would have been weird. Right, let's start the round. Ruby, old lantern please. That's a failure. And again, we don't get She High Score because we're maxed out on grit already. And we're drawing a Growing Dread card. I'm playing it immediately. We have Dread. Move the darkness 1 step forward on the depth track. Okay, it's catching up with us now. Well, we hit a Growing Dread space, so we need to see if we are ambushed by summoned creatures. We are. Okay. We are adding in ambush some Stranglers. How many? We'll roll the peril die. 4. Alright, they get an elite ability as well. Regeneration heals 2 wounds at the start of each turn. On top of all that, we also must remember these are savage attackers. So, +2 combat for all the beasties here, but -1 defense. Okay, I think we're ready to start fighting. There's certainly a lot happening here, isn't there? So we're going to start with the Stranglers. 2 attacking Randall. And with savage attack, that means a total of 12 dice. As the tentacles slap at him, I see 2 6s, which are ensnares. That is a whopping 12 hits on Randall. Can he dodge? Right, he's failed 7. I shan't spend grit, I'm going to save that for attacking. He's fine with 7 wounds for now. Wag! Oh, I forgot this demonic force as well. Strangler's a demon, so that is going to be another 2 dice on Randall. Ensnared, 3 hits. So another 2 slaps from the tentacles, 2 wounds. Okay, 2 Stranglers attacking Ruby. 14 dice. Demonic Force! 2 ensnares. 16 hits. Alright, she's got a whole lot of dodging to do. With acrobatic dodge, she can re-roll 1 of these. Hooray! So, we'll re-roll that 1. It's a dodge. So with Ruby's defensive 3, she only got slapped 4 times. That's not too bad. Eek! Alright, the Harvester is a large enemy, so it can barge past these Stranglers. I suppose I could have gamed it a bit and had the Harvester move first, but no matter. Who's he going to attack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Harvester is gunning for Ruby. So here he comes. Displaces the Strangler. And with Savage Attack, it's going to be 3 dice in combat. Hitting on 3s. Oof. Let's dodge. Dodge them all. That is perfectly fine with Ruby. Okay, our heroes can move now. They're both on initiative 4, so I can take my pick of the order. I think we'll have Ruby activate, and finally she can use the Fire Blade. She can swing it about a bit, maybe clear these 2 Stranglers away so we can move back out of the steam clouds. But first, Ruby, you may activate. Let's get your movement. 3, but you also need to take 3 fear tests from the Harvester's Visions of Death. 1 sanity loss. Alright, Ruby, let's see some nice solid hits with this flaming blade. 2 misses. And no grit. So, yeah, very good. We'll give the holdout pistol a go. It's only going to hit on a 6, but you never know. Nah, it's a whiff. Well, that was very disappointing, Ruby. Let's move on to Randall. No point rolling for movement. I'll do it anyway. It's not going anywhere. I'm going to have him throw some dynamite. The situation is desperate, so yeah, let's grab this and we're going to try and throw it onto the Harvester's space. We might take some damage, but I don't care. It's probably going to bounce because I still need to roll a 6 to hit with it. Okay, come on, Randall. It's not far. It's literally right next to you. Just roll it. Nope. So it's going to bounce D3 times, if I remember right. It's going to bounce once. Before the bounce, we mustn't forget that Randall is stood next to Visions of Death, so he needs to make 3 willpower saves and fails all of them. There we go. That's barely a problem for him. Alright, let's bounce the dynamite. No matter where it goes, it's going to hit something, so that is fine. 8 would be to the left, so that's quite fortuitous actually, so it's going to hit that Strangler, the Harvester, and that Strangler, and miss our 2 heroes. D6 wounds, ignoring defense. So the Strangler, we blued him up. Splooch. Whoops, I forgot that Harvesters are immune to explosives. So, no damage on the Harvester, but we can hit this Strangler here. Only 2 damage, that doesn't kill it. I'm going to spend a grit to re-roll that. That's even worse. Randall. Okay. There we go. 1 wound. You could have been the hero of the day there, Randall, but you blew it. Well done. Right, a shoddy performance from both our heroes on that round. So we'll start a new one. See how we do with holding back the darkness. 8, that would be okay, but thanks to the Curse of Coronado, I need 9s now, so that is a failure. And time for a darkness card. Okay, we have Demonic Force. What? Another one? All demon enemies are now +1 combat? Wow. Didn't know I had 2 of these. So Stranglers now have 6 in combat. And we need to see if more summoned enemies come along on a roll of a 1, 2 or 3. We're safe. Okay. We'll activate the Stranglers. Right, so this Strangler regenerates and goes back up to 3 health, so that dynamite throw was particularly ineffective. And it's not just 6 combat, is it? Because there's savage attackers as well. So it's 8 dice each for the Stranglers. So there's 2 on Randall. With 1 ensnare, that is 12 tentacles to dodge. Oops, 1 fell off the table. Got it. It was a free, which is not a dodge. That's going to be 8 damage. I think, rather than spending grit, let's hold up the Amulet of Kotak and prevent all the damage from the Stranglers. With its mysterious arcane powers. Right, we'll move on to the Harvester. It will continue to attack Ruby, so 3 dice in combat. Oh no, a double 4. And a hit. It grapples with an Electro Arc. These combat hits are +2 damage. I presume that doesn't extend to the extra attacks, so we'll have her dodge these 2 first. We'll use Acrobatic Dodge to reroll this one. Right, good. She dodged the Electro Arc, and now just 1 regular punch from the Gauntlet, which she does not dodge. That is 4 damage. She's nearly down. Alright, Ruby, now is your time to shine. Literally, with the Fireblade. So first of all, activate 2 for movement. You can stay right there. Take some fear hits from Visions of Death. Take 2 sanity damage. That's fine. She has whiskey if she needs it. Right, now try and actually hit with that fiery blade this time. 1 hit. Alright, let's see if you can actually take out the Harvester. D8 for damage. 6 defense would normally be 5, but with Savage Attack that goes down to 4, so that is 2 damage, which is enough to slay it. Shlunk. 40 XP. Alright. Randall, you may activate. You do not need to be afraid anymore. 5 for movement. Crap, do I want to move further into the steam clouds? Just to get closer to an exit. I'm going to stay there actually. And resort to fisticuffs. Since I can't see anything with the rifle apparently. 1 hit. Spend a grit. 2 hits. Let's see if we can clear some space behind us. We'll smack this one. 4 minus 1 damage is 3 damage, which is enough to take the Strangler out. And then just for good measure, we'll smack the one next to us here. 5 minus 1. That's another takedown. 60 experience points. Right, it's the end of the round. Despite not doing particularly well, we have cleared all the enemies up apart from 1, which is a bit of a relief. Let's start the next round. Ruby with the old lantern, please. Failure. Okay, it's getting a little worrying now. Right, Strangler activates first and continues to attack Randall with 8 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, there's an ensnare. 6 tentacle slaps to dodge. Didn't dodge that one. In fact, I only dodged 2. It's only 4 damage, that's fine. Okay, Ruby, activate. 2's not fantastic for movement, but let's see if you can sneak through a little bit. Wait, actually, I'm going to stay there. And I've been forgetting Comforting Presence, haven't I? I thought I was doing pretty well remembering everything. Look at all this. But that one slipped my mind. It's okay, I'm remembering now, so we'll give, I think it was over 2 turns, so we'll give Ruby 10 experience points and take off 2 of these wounds from Randall. Okay, you can finish this, Ruby. You can do it. Swing that Fireblade right into that Strangler, chop its tentacles off. You missed. Right, don't want to sound chauvinistic, Ruby, but watch how the Professor does it. So, Professor's going to activate, try and slip away from the Strangler, which he can't do, and yeah, fisticuffs. No hits, but he has a grit to spend. His last and final grit, so we'll re-roll those. 1 hit. Right, Randall, this has got to be a solid punch, okay? Right in the snappers. 4 minus 1 for defense due to savage attack. That's 3 damage. That's enough to smack this thing down to the ground. And the fight is complete. Oof. Right. Now I'm going to draw loot cards first and then check for the shortcut, because I might actually complete the mission with that shortcut. And if I don't, then I'll move on to catching our breath. So let's get our goodies first. It's going to be 3 cards because the harvester was fully loaded. Randall, you get a Darkstone shard, some coins, and cash. Wait, I have a tomb chest. Stick it in it. There we go. And Ruby, you get gold nuggets, blood money, and some gear. So gold nuggets is going to be $50. The blood money is going to be $25. Bit of a poor find. That's actually your first bit of cash. Well done. 60 XP. And your gear, Ruby, is a trusty pistol. It's no use to you because you can only use light pistols. But maybe you can sell it. Alright, next, let's see where the shortcut takes us. We need to get a 1, 2, 3, 4 to escape. Just enough. And we're out. So, the 3 of us emerge out into the daylight. What do we win? First of all, isn't it fortuitous I didn't actually run into any Crimson Hand, because they are a pain to fight. Reward. Each hero gains $200 and may draw... Ooh, more loot. There's 200 each. Randall, you have escaped with blood money and gold nuggets. How many? 150 in blood monies and $50 in gold nuggets. Ruby, you have more gear. Maybe something useful this time. And this should come in handy. More gear. We have got another useless pistol and a cigar. Once per adventure, prevent all damage done to you from a single source. I can see Ruby smoking a cigar. Very nice. Each hero also gets 40 XP for the loot. There's other end of the mission stuff to do, like checking for corruption and this cursed thing that Randall's still carrying around, but we'll do that in the next session. And we'll head back to town with the runaway girl. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I will see you in the next adventure.